Hello and welcome to the first Exposure TV for today. I'm Amy.
And I'm Jade.
It's the 7th of May and the time is 1 p.m. We've had our lunch and we're ready to make your afternoon one to remember.
Plus, we're halfway through the week already, which means it's only 36 hours until Friday.
This is your 6th exposure of 2014, and the show today, we have so much to fit into the next 58 minutes.
Well, we best get started then. But before we do, we have Laura in the hub today, keeping an eye on all the Exposure social media. So Laura, how can they get involved?
Yes, I'll be over here getting your opinion on everything in today's show. We are 100% live, so make sure that you get involved. We're on Twitter at ExposureUSW and Facebook too. Just search for Exposure Radio and Television. And remember, you can catch up on all of our previous shows on Exposure Television and get all the information you need by heading over to exposureusw.wordpress.com. If you didn't see the show yesterday, the only way that you can find out what "Hi, I'm Delaware" said at ExposureUSW. Epic Lion King moment, Jennifer. Hashtag Disney on Exposure. So head over to the website to find out just what she was talking about.
So make sure you keep her nice and busy with all your tweets. All the details you need are on the screen now. So if you've been watching the shows this week and been keeping an eye on the Exposure Facebook and Twitter, you'll know that we're supporting two charities this year, Cardiff Food Bank and Cardiff Dogs Home.
I went with Blaine to check out a slightly different food charity though, Fair Share Cymru. They take perfectly good food that would normally be thrown out by supermarkets and others in the food industry, and they distribute it to community food members like the YMCA and Cardiff Food Bank. Their vision is of a country where no good food goes to waste, but instead goes to help prevent food poverty.
Now, most of us don't think twice before we throw away unwanted food in the bin.
But every day across the country, thousands of people struggle to get a meal together for their family.
Thankfully, there are companies like Fair Share Cymru, and they're here to help. According to the Welsh Government, the food industry throws away over 400,000 tonnes of food every year.
And since the organisation started in 2011, they've redistributed enough food to contribute to over 1 million meals.
What is your role within Fair Share Cymru then?
Oh, I'm the project manager, and I work here with my colleague Jerry, and the rest of the team are all volunteers.
Cool. So what kind of role do the volunteers play in?
Well, volunteers are kind of key to everything we do. They do a proper job when they're here. They do everything from, we've got a lady doing some admin work at the moment. We've had people doing marketing and communications for us, and then the rest of them help with the delivery. So everything from picking the orders, taking the deliveries off the van, checking through them, and then taking the deliveries out to our community food members as well.
Okay. So what organisations and communities and charities do you supply to then altogether?
And we'll work with a whole range of different organisations, everyone from the big homeless hostels in Cardiff such as the Hewitt Centre, the YMCA and the Salvation Army, through to a drug and alcohol rehabilitation centre, some centres that work with young disadvantaged people that are trying to get them back on their roads, all sorts of different organisations.
And how has the big lottery funding helped?
Well, the big lottery funding helps us do what we do.
Yeah.
It basically pays for our running costs at the moment. So our electricity to keep the fridges going, the fuel for the vans, the volunteers' expenses, the salaries for myself and Jerry, and just everything that keeps us going at the moment. Yeah.
It was great seeing the work that everyone did at Fair Share Cymru, but now we've come down to the Hewitt Centre to see how their work's helped others.
Hewitt is a registered charity for homeless people. The day centre is our kind of flagship service. So it's an open access day centre for homeless and vulnerable people, which means anybody could come in off the street and get access to support. We probably spend in the region of £40,000 a year on food. Fair Share heavily support Hewitt to be able to provide high quality meals that would otherwise be just beyond our reach, really.
I'm Aidan Edwards. I'm 40. I'm from the Valleys.
Yeah?
I am. I volunteer in the kitchen 7 days a week, and I've been doing it for about 10 months, 11 months.
Oh, okay. What made you decide to volunteer in the kitchens then altogether?
It's just doing that little support, helping the homeless, and gives you that confidence in yourself. And I know I'm helping other people out, and I'm getting skills out there at the same time.
Well, I was homeless about in 2009. So the most important thing gave me somewhere to stay, which was safe and warm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have been on the streets in the middle of winter. But then they helped me with my benefit forms. And I'm not very good at cooking, and I let my diet slip, so the food is like really important. And also they organise opera. Every Thursday, Streetwise Opera, and I go to that.
That's cool.
I started just over 2 years ago in December. At the time, I was homeless myself, so I was volunteering in the kitchen, and then the job became available. I applied for it and I got the job, so it's like, for me, it's just like I'm giving something back, because they helped me when I was at a low point.
Yeah.
And then, it's just nice. I enjoy getting up every day to come to work, honestly, it's really good, yeah.
At least there's one good place in Cardiff, we say Wales,
Yeah.
than anywhere else, England, Scotland. They're not sociable like this.
Yeah.
There's a place, you can place, come, have your tea, have your coffee, have your meal, chill. Thank you.
Today we've seen the great work that Fair Share Cymru do and how they provide for Cardiff and the surrounding areas.
It's taken the massive issue of food waste and turned it into something that really, really helps the people in need.
But the day doesn't stop for us here, so Blaine, let's get back to work.
So what was it like to visit there, Amy? It looks really interesting.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I mean, when me and Blaine went to help out with one of the deliveries that came, it was like we couldn't believe the amount of food that had come in and how much of a good work the volunteers do as well. It really made a difference there.
Yeah, I can't believe that much food goes to waste in supermarkets.
Exactly.
It's
Well,
unbelievable.
supermarkets really should be ashamed at the amount of food they waste every year. Did you know that 30,000 tonnes went straight into the bin in the first 6 months of last year, and that was only at Tesco? Thankfully though, big names like Greggs, Sainsbury's and the Millennium Stadium and many others now donate leftover food to charity. Fair Share Cymru has saved 240 tonnes of food from being wasted, which is enough for an estimated 500,000 meals. You can donate to Fair Share Cymru by heading to their website, which is fairsharecymru.org.uk.
Also, as I said earlier, one of the Exposure's charity partners for 2014 is the Cardiff Food Bank. Across the shows this year, we've been behind the scenes of the charity's warehouse and seen some of the people that has been helped out by them. Remember, if you've missed any Exposure this week, head over to exposureusw.wordpress.com to see them all again.
One of the things I noticed when I visited the charity was how much people admire what they do. So many people benefit from their work, and more than anything, the volunteers love doing it. This got us thinking about role models in society. Zara took to the streets of Cardiff to see how important the public think role models are.
Miley Cyrus is constantly in the papers for her controversial behaviour and is often labelled a bad role model. But what do the people of Cardiff think makes a good role model?
I think a good role model is someone who inspires you to work hard in life, and someone who does the right things and someone you can aspire to. I think also as well someone who I think shows independence, because I think it's important that you kind of work hard in life and that you grow up to kind of look after yourself, not so much try and look for someone to look after you. So I've always looked up to my mum personally, because she's always kind of taught me these things.
I think the character would have to lead by example. They have to do things in their life that inspire others. So whether they be an athlete, an artist, a chef, it could be anything, but have a talent and teach others.
And do you think Miley Cyrus is a good role model?
In their own ways. In their own ways. In some ways, maybe not.
Not necessarily, but then like, I guess she's kind of not maybe the best for women because she's sort of sexualizing herself, but then I don't necessarily think that that's always a bad thing because, you know, women have a tool.
What do you think makes a good role model and why?
Somebody that's independent, has got their own mind and is not afraid to show it.
Somebody who is trying to make the world a better place. Yeah, basically, because that's what we need to do, and anyone that's not, I think, is just not really contributing to society.
And would you say you have your own role model?
I've got a few, yeah, I've got a few. Missy Elliott, my mum as well, yeah. Any strong women, Pink is amazing for young girls, I think.
Thank you very much for your time though. So that's what the people of Cardiff think, but why don't you share your thoughts with us at Exposure USW?
So it was interesting hearing what the people of Cardiff have to think about that, what they think makes a role model. Do you have any at all?
I don't really have a role model, no. Probably more like actresses and stuff, because obviously I want to act when I grow up. But Missy Elliott's an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely interested in hearing that.
But if you want to have your say on how important role models are, or you want to discuss anything else in today's show, then tweet into us at Exposure USW, and Laura will read out some of your opinions a little later on in the show.
We'll be back in a few minutes to hear from a former student who has gone on to work at the 4th biggest news network in the world, and of course so much more, so stay tuned.
A warm Italian environment, delicious desserts, an array of hot and cold food, specialty coffees and teas. You can also find a range of Italian food, all served with that Italian charm. Bar Piazza, Cafe Bar and Deli, established since 1999.
Welcome to the University of South Wales, Newport City campus. Situated along the bank of the River Usk, the university has a modern and contemporary design and state-of-the-art facilities, studios, teaching rooms and a library full of resources. Here we aim to create a vibrant and creative space to help nurture our students. For more information, please visit www.southwales.ac.uk.
Come and experience tea like you never have before. Just pop down to Queen's Arcade in Cardiff, where we will work with you to create your perfect drink. Join the bubble revolution. Just find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to your Wednesday edition of Exposure. We're live from the Atrium Studios in the centre of Cardiff, and we still have loads more to come in today's first show.
That's right. We chatted to a former student who went on to work at Sky News and has become one of their biggest presenters.
And we're going to chat to actress Elizabeth Coyle as well.
Before all that though, we're going to head over to Laura in the Hub for all the social media updates so far, and if she has any information about a very exciting competition for you guys at home.
Well, you've definitely been tweeting in, and I've had some very interesting opinions about role models, including Bianca Whelan. I think role models are a huge part of society. We've got a tweet from Hannity, who says, Miley Cyrus isn't the best role model for kids, no longer the innocent Hannah Montana. And finally, we've got Aaron Lloyd, role models in the media, not what you should be aspiring to. So that's all we've got time for now, so get your tweets in and I'll read them next time you see me here at the Hub. Also, if you have any questions for singer Connor Simmons, get them in and we'll put them to him later in the show. But before I go, this year Exposure has a pair of tickets to No Fit State Circus current show, Bianca. If you've missed yesterday's 3 o'clock shock announcing the competition and featuring AD Delaney from No Fit State, visit the website to catch up. Bianca is an immersive promenade performance where the show happens all around you. The winner will be announced in the final Exposure show on Friday the 9th of May. And all you need to know is to be in a chance of winning, you've got to tweet us at ExposureUSW with the hashtag NoFitStateWin. Get your entry in now and I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, Laura. We all know that we're in the final stages of our university education. There are 2 main choices ahead: stay on and do a postgraduate course or get a job. It's a scary thought in such a competitive working environment, and entry-level jobs are in short supply, especially compared to the amount of applicants. But how do the career prospects of different courses compare? Our very own Laura explored the employment options that are available.
So with the Easter break coming to an end, it is literally a matter of weeks before graduation. Universities like the University of South Wales are practically empty, with students preparing themselves for the upcoming assessments. Now what I wanted to find out is that after graduation, are you more likely to be employed with a drama or music course like the University of South Wales offers, or a more academic route like pharmacy at University in Cardiff? Now I spoke to Nicola Hankey, who is graduating this summer from pharmacy at Cardiff, and I wanted to find out her opinions on after graduation. So can you tell us what course that you're studying at university?
Yeah, I'm studying pharmacy at Cardiff University and I'm in my 4th year now.
So after graduation, what are your plans? Do you have any concrete plans, any employment opportunities straight away?
Yeah, after the degree we do have to apply for a pre-registration year. That's to become qualified as a pharmacist. It's pretty much guaranteed that we will get a pre-reg post.
So do you think that with the course that you're doing, that you have a higher percentage chance of going straight into a job that you actually want to do, compared to somebody maybe doing a degree in more arts-based like drama or music?
Yeah, I would say so, because pharmacy is a vocational subject and it's very specialised. Most of the people know exactly what they want to go for, and they manage to get the job straight away. I have a few friends who have done some of the arts and English degrees, and I know they have struggled a lot more with finding jobs.
So lastly, do you have any advice that you've gathered over your last couple of years at university that you would give to people thinking about applying to a more vocational based course?
Yeah, I definitely think that work experience is key. Most of the time now they don't go by what grades you get, although that is important, but it's all about the work experience really.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have got a job in a bar at the moment and I'm going to do that for the summer before I go travelling afterwards.
I've got to go work at the theatre backstage.
No, I don't at the moment. I'm looking for jobs to save money because I plan to do a master's the year after, so hopefully.
So Amy, what's your plans after graduation?
Oh, the thought of being with nothing to do after graduation scares me so much. I have no job lined up yet. I'm hoping to start applying for them really, really soon. But I'm going travelling for the summer, so I'm going off to Australia and Fiji with a friend, so I'm very looking forward to that. And hopefully the plan is to go straight into a job, so fingers crossed that works out. Anyway, what about you? Have you got any plans?
Not really, just I'm going to try and work as long as I can and then try and get work experience and stuff, because I think I want to take a bit of a different direction to what I've originally wanted. So yeah, hopefully try and get into the industry somehow, but you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So
exactly, yeah. I mean, the idea of being let loose on the world with, like, you finished uni, you've got kind of no plans, then it's a bit it's a bit daunting. But
I'm quite scared to graduate. I don't know about viewers at home, but it is quite scary how competitive it is out there. But I suppose you just need to throw yourself out there and at everything and everyone.
And with any luck, I'll be working in the TV industry somewhere, a year to reach that goal, so fingers crossed it works out.
Do you ever wonder whether you chose the right course at uni?
At times, you obviously start to doubt whether you've made the right decision to work in the media industry. You don't necessarily need to have a degree, but I don't think I would have personally learnt as much or had the opportunities I've had without going to uni. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to take part in the brilliant project that is Exposure, for example.
Exposure is a joint project between various different courses. Final year media production students are putting together the shows. The performance and media students, like myself and Amy, are presenting, and we're sitting within the set designers' incredible work. Plus, if you look into the corners of your screens, they are graphics by the media tech. It's safe to say that creative courses like ours come out with some amazing content, but the workload can be massive. I caught up with Annie to get her take on the third year workload. Choosing to come to university is already a big step, moving away from home, making new friends, and ultimately becoming an adult. Also, that transition from A-level work to degree work. But what we don't consider as first and second years is the transition into third year. I went to speak to a current third year student to find out how hard it really is. So Annie, you're a third year student. What are you currently studying?
I'm doing performance and media.
And what are you doing right now?
I'm actually working on my dissertation and my 10-minute film.
Wow, so that's quite a lot that's going on at the minute.
Yeah.
Would you say that the workload is more or less or equal to first and second year?
I'd say obviously it's a lot more in third year, but it's been less sort of spaced out. So I feel like I've had huge clumps of work to do all at the same time.
What would you say is the hardest thing about being a third year? Time management?
Yeah, definitely. Try and sort out all your deadlines and make sure everything gets as equal amount of attention as it deserves.
What advice would you give to current first and second years?
Appreciate all the free time you get in first and second year, and when it comes to third year, learn to be organised and prepared and don't leave things to the last minute.
That's great advice there. Thank you for speaking to me. Good luck with your dissertation and film. I hope it all goes very well for you. I don't know about you two, but I've found the workload this year insane. I've had 4 module deadlines within the past 2 weeks.
Same. It's been manic. I don't even know how I've done it. Sleep's just underrated. Who needs that anymore?
Doesn't exist anymore.
No.
I miss first and second year, definitely.
Exactly. You don't think about the level of work you're going to get sometimes, especially when you first start the year at uni. The last thing you consider is trying to be productive. It can be quite demoralising at times.
But if you want a little bit of reassurance though, stay tuned for an Exposure exclusive interview with Sky News presenter Lorna Dunkley. First, a slight change of pace and a change of location for us Exposure presenters for the Exposure Presenter Challenge.
Today's challenge is an absolute classic. You need to see how many cream crackers that you can eat in 1 minute. Now, we've given you a pile each, but don't worry, I don't think you'll be getting through them all. We have a record here on Exposure. The current record set last year stands at 4. 4 crackers in 1 minute.
Okay. Sounds a bit difficult.
Yeah, but I'm sure you can do it, right? You feeling confident?
Maybe.
Okay, so there is also a world record, but I'm pretty sure that we won't need to be
worrying about
that. Okay, so there is going to be now 1 minute on the clock. And are you both ready?
No. Are we allowed to drink?
I'm sure you are. No,
we're not allowed.
Oh, you're mean producers, mean people.
Okay, so let's get 1 minute on that
clock. I apologise for what you guys at home and in the studio are going to see now. It's not going to be pretty.
And 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, now we've got We're on the first cracker each. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. Come on, Jade. Who's going to win? Jade, Amy, how are you doing? You all right? No? Come on, you're only on 1. Let's go. Come on, 4. You can get 4. You can get 4. Come on, Amy. Come on. This time last year, they were on 2, so no pressure, guys. You're quite behind here. Come on. Come on, make that. Come on, Amy, you can do it. No, come on. Jade, how are you doing? Come on, you've only done 1. 20 seconds left. 15 left. 15 seconds left. Let's go. Come on, one last push, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Amy. Jade. Come on, Jade. 7, 6, 5. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay then. So basically, we've got how many crackers did you get through, Amy? She can't speak. Jade. Half of 1. Right. So
half of 1.
You can take a drink. Okay. So these two seem a little bit preoccupied right now, but this attempt, I'm sure, will be sent to Guinness World Records. So you might see their stuffed little cheeks in next year's record book.
Don't think there's need for that, to be honest.
So whilst these two get cleaned up, though, and come on, you can get a drink down here now, guys, surely, yeah?
Need one.
It's time for some more adverts, so stick around for some money tips, our top creative apps, and an exclusive interview with Connor from the Weekend Arrows. Don't go anywhere.
Once upon a time, there was a magical shop in the heart of Cardiff where children of all ages loved to come and play. And that place was called Hamley's, so come and have a play in the finest toy shop in the world. We've got lots to see and do. Come play with the turbo twisters, come watch the helicopters fly, and come cuddle our bears. So if you want to come and play, pop down to Cardiff St David's Centre, where Hamley's lives today.
Thinking about applying for university? Then what about the Atrium, Cardiff's campus of the University of South Wales, located in the heart of the city just off the M4. The university's parking facilities and student accommodation could not be any more convenient, with both just a stone's throw away. And inside, the Atrium has a very relaxed, friendly atmosphere surrounded by its impressive modern interior. If you're creative, the university offers over 30 courses to choose from, with state-of-the-art TV, radio and photography studios, a full library and equipment readily available, on-site eating facilities, and let's not forget the Students' Union located just behind the building. So what are you waiting for? Inquire about an open day today.
What is Exposure TV?
Fun. Fresh. Educational.
Entertaining. Current. Topical. Creative. And new. Who's Exposure for?
You. You.
You. You. You. You. You.
You.
You. Exposure TV!
Welcome back to Exposure TV. The time is 1:30. Before the break, Jade explored the workload that goes into the final year of an undergraduate degree. We agreed that it can be stressful, but it can all be worth it when you land that dream job.
If you want a little bit more reassurance though, Sky News reporter Lorna Dunkley came back into her former uni for a guest lecture earlier this year, although it was called the Polytechnic of Wales back then. We caught up with her to talk about her time at the university and to get some of her top tips for getting into the industry.
This is Sky News with Lorna Dunkley.
Good afternoon. South Korea's president has accused the captain of the ferry which sank last week of unforgivable murderous acts.
Can you give us a brief history about your time in university, your career?
Okay, so I came to the Poly of Wales, as it was called back in the day, in the early 90s. 1990, I think, and then it became the University of Glamorgan. My degree was communication studies, which was media, so we did a bit of radio, a bit of writing, a bit of news agendas discussing editorial values, linguistics, which I really enjoyed, which is discovering origins of language and why we use certain words and how we use them, and accents, which is very important in the media. Completed that course, did lots of work experience, which is the most important thing you can do, and luckily got offered a job in television, so started in ITV.
I noticed you pointed at me when you said accents. Do you think accents are a bad thing or a good thing?
I think accents used to be far more of a problem than they are now in news. Talking just news, I think in drama, in documentaries, it's always been completely acceptable and normal and wise and welcome in a lot of respects. In news, and it dates back to the BBC. This is the BBC and we all talk like this. And so nobody had an accent. Now, I never did have an accent. I'm Cornish, but I can put on a Cornish accent if you want me to, because I've lived there. But I don't think people would like to know that Libya has just fallen to Saddam Hussein's forces in a Cornish accent. It doesn't, you know, there are some accents that are more believable, acceptable, and I think different people are pioneers in this. So for the Welsh, Hugh Edwards has been a pioneer, and his accent is a soft Welsh accent. It's not, no, not necessarily, it's not harsh, but equally, you know, we have a Dublin correspondent who has a very strong Southern Irish accent, and a few years ago that wouldn't have happened.
One of the things you said was that your days are numbered. Do you think that's because you are a woman?
I definitely think my days are numbered because I'm a woman. I personally, I'm not complaining about that. I accept that I'm on the telly and viewers want who they watch on the telly to be aesthetically pleasing. Therefore I wear makeup, therefore I make sure my hair is nice and I wear nice suits. For men it's not the same. So men have seniority as they get a bit grey and they grow older, and they're somehow trusted more.
So in your opinion, the glass ceiling still exists for women?
The glass ceiling still exists for women, not just on screen, but in TV management as well.
Final question, have you got any advice for anybody who's just finished uni or going into the media?
The best piece of advice I could give anybody is do it. You have to get out there and do work experience. It's boring, it's painful, but actually you do get to meet some quite nice people and you make contacts. So you've got to be annoying to some degree, but just get in there.
Well, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, that's all. So basically, it's all down to the experience you gain in these few important years here at uni.
Definitely. I mean, you can't underestimate the amount of importance relying on these years in uni,
No.
like the experience you can get in them.
I know I've learned so much about like interpersonal skills and stuff, and that definitely gets you very far in life.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a competitive world out there. It seems like it's a case of who you know rather than what you know. Do you agree with that statement? I think you said it earlier, actually.
Yeah, I said that earlier. I don't even know what to say. It's just quite unfair. If you don't know people, then, you know, I don't know. Hopefully, though, we'll meet people. But whether you go and work in the media or work in a big bank, a constant worry is likely to be finances, but it's never more worrying than when you're a student.
It may only be the second week, but already in terms of finances, it feels like the end of term again. The student loan just somehow drains out of the account without you even noticing. But today's Money Talks piece is full of tips for you to make the most of your funds and to help you get some better deals.
Do you get fed up of having no money? Do you want to make your cash stretch further? Do you have no extra time to get a job? Well, Exposure Television presents our top ways for you to spend less on the things you need. Number 1, travel. Well, we all need to get around, but sometimes it's just too difficult to keep that car up and running. Look at this one. We bought it in a well-known pound shop. This represents you. Now, it's all very well walking, but sometimes it's just that little bit too far. Why not try travelling by rail? With a rail card, you can get up to 1/3 off all your ticket purchases. With all that money you're saving, you'll feel like a good old knees-up Mother Brown style sing-song. Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, I know you'll get to like it if you give it a chance. This brings us on to our second tip. Loyalty cards. Join all the loyalty schemes you can. Don't stick to just one shop. Get around and make the most of all the deals on the high street. But also, make sure you get rewarded for shopping with them. Many well-known supermarkets have loyalty cards which can even earn you points when you spend with them. But they can also track what you buy and when to send you vouchers for the things you need. This will let you enjoy the finer things in life. What a nice coffee! It gets difficult remembering that you're actually at university to learn. But unfortunately, learning can be expensive. Textbooks are a high and annoying expense that you can't avoid. £30 for a book that you'll fail without? Ridiculous! That's at least 60 packets of those futuristic instant noodle thingies. But if you get books second-hand from Amazon and other sites across the internet, you can save a small fortune. Do you miss a good shindig with your friends? Don't miss out on the next big event. Hold a house party to keep the cost down instead of a trip to the popular discotheques. Or why drink alcohol at all? Grab some films, popcorn, ice cream and friends, collapse on the sofa and get fat together. So there you have it, Exposure's top tips for saving money on the things you can't live without. Now have a nice frothy caramel coffee. Drink up.
So some great tips there, don't you think? With all the money you've saved from the train tickets and just eating, you'll be able to treat yourself for a few nice meals out.
Assuming you're not sleeping in skiving lectures, you can't help but notice the large building site next door to the main atrium building in Cardiff. Zara headed into the site for an exclusive look behind the scenes of the campus's biggest ever expansion, Atrium 2A.
The Cardiff campus for the University of South Wales is easily one of the most iconic buildings in the city centre, but since it opened in 2007, the student facilities have revolved around a temporary SU at the back of the building. However, this will all change in 2014. Introducing Atrium 2A, the new extension, we have been given exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the site, so let's go take a look. I'm here with John from the Bouygues company that are building this extension. Thank you for joining me, John. Firstly, how is the process going?
It's going very well at the moment, yes. We're all going to plan and everything's slotting in nicely.
Do you think that this will be ready for the students in September?
Yes, it will.
And where are we stood right now then, on the bottom floor?
We're stood in the restaurant area, which will all be an open plan restaurant area from where we're standing down towards the south, with some nice big full height glass windows by the circular columns. And this will be the restaurant area, and yeah, it'll be all fully kitted out. The kitchen is just over here, fully decked out, replacing what's over across the road in the Students' Union.
And what's just behind us then?
Behind us is the back of house areas. We've got the office, you can see it's spread on the floor for the kitchen staff. And then we've got the different backup areas with you know, the toilets, disabled toilets. We've got the passenger lift being built at the minute, passenger and goods lift being built in blockwork. And then behind that we got the stores area where we've got the gas, the room for the gas and the beer and the python to feed the Students' Union bar up above.
Okay. And can we take a look upstairs?
Of course, yes.
Okay. So we've made it upstairs. What exactly is going on up here and what will be here?
Right, we're up on the first floor and we've got the Students' Union is up here.
Yeah.
We've got the main bar area is here, all the way around from where we were standing around to the south. We'll have full height glass windows here, a suspended ceiling. If we turn around, we've got the goods hoist that we've seen downstairs comes up there to feed the bar. Back of house areas, we've got the cellar over there where all the drinks etc. will be stored. We've got the Ideas Factory is in the southeast corner with the office, and then a little shop going in a display over on the side there.
And lastly, do you have any news on the 2B extension?
The Atrium 2B, our design team are currently working on that and bringing that design along, so it would be an excellent addition to the job. We're told that it's still in the process. Maybe we're looking like 2015, but it's an ongoing process.
So that was a look into what's going on just to the side of our building. There's still more to come with the 2B extension on the other side, and with the SU being moved from behind, there's going to be a whole lot of extra space there. The next few years are going to be a very exciting time for Cardiff campus, with even more to come, resulting in some very lucky students.
It's really exciting to have that slowly going up next to the main building, and the designs look great.
But more than anything, it will be good to have a permanent SU building that can finally compete with all the bars in town. It's just a shame that the current third years won't get to see it.
I know, exactly. It's always typical for us, isn't it? But maybe that means it's time to plan a reunion for Exposure 2015, maybe? Come in and watch the shows and then sit in the union to chill for a bit.
You're on.
So moving on from the Students' Union building to some students putting together some amazing work towards the end of the year. Elizabeth Coyle is in a play called Henry IV, which is currently being rehearsed within the university and is being performed soon. So thank you for coming in to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
So what's your role within the Henry IV play then?
I play the Earl of Douglas.
Okay.
No typecasting, the only Scottish character and the only Scot on the course. I basically back up one of the principal characters who's going for the crown of England in his battle against Henry IV.
Sounds interesting. You should hopefully go and check that out.
We heard that you're on one of the episodes of BBC's Sherlock. How's that going?
It was really good fun. It was last year. There was a lot of secrecy involved. I couldn't tell anybody, but I did tell my mum. It was just one day filming in the set of Baker Street.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So how is it to work with such professional and renowned actors all together?
It was fantastic. It was not really any different than working with people on the theatre and drama course, because you do have the professionalism, but then there's also a wee bit of carrying on and having a bit of fun. Benedict was lovely and Louise is just adorable.
Are you doing any more work for the BBC, or are you just mainly focusing on uni projects at the minute?
At the moment I'm just focusing on finishing and graduating, because even though I had that professional job, I don't want my education to suffer.
Yeah,
I understand that.
No, it's obviously really important. Final years, it's a big push now.
It is. Yeah.
So when is the Henry IV play on altogether? Is that on soon?
Yeah, it's on the 2nd and 3rd of June, 7 o'clock both nights with a 2 p.m. matinee on the 3rd. I do have a competition on Twitter for 2 free tickets to the show, and the other one is for a signed script and a signed Sherlock print as well.
How do people get involved with winning the tickets? What's the hashtag on that?
There isn't actually a hashtag. It's on my Twitter at Lisa Coyle. Just retweet to enter.
That's great.
We will. I might do that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us about that.
If you want to see any more about the play, keep watching as we go behind the scenes later on in the week.
Before we head to the final adverts of today's show, it's over to the hub to check out some of your messages.
Thank you, guys. It seems that everyone is thoroughly enjoying the cream cracker challenge today, and Sam says that, well done on the cracker challenge, girls. Loving the show so far. We've got Ellen, who's taken a welcome break from uni work and tuning in to Exposure. What lovely presenters you have. Well, thank you, Ellen. And the last one I've got here is from Catrin, who's asking, enjoying that, Jade? I don't know. So, okay, so we'll be back in just a few short minutes after this quick break.
Cadwallader is a well-established Welsh family-run cafe, perfectly situated on an individual pier within Cardiff Bay. Cadwallader's promises to provide the best quality service and products. Let's take a look at what's on the menu. A wide variety of traditional ice creams and sundaes containing the secret ingredient, with flavours ranging from strawberry to chocolate chip to mint to bubblegum. A comprehensive food menu to suit all tastes and budgets. Various hot drinks with specially developed exclusive blends and flavours, and an extensive choice of fancy cakes. Cadwallader's also offers 10% discounts to Wales Millennium Centre ticket holders and students with a valid ID card. With fantastic views overlooking the bay, a truly relaxing and enjoyable experience here at Cadwallader's is guaranteed.
Welcome to the National Museum Cardiff. Entry is completely free, and the museum relies on visitors' donations to maintain and expand this wonderful place. Take an amazing journey from the very beginnings of time to the present day. Here you can discover art, archaeology, natural history and geology.
Paperback writer.
Welcome back to the last part of Exposure TV. We may be fast approaching the end of the show, but remember there is still another at 3 and the news at 5 and a final additional show at 6 p.m. tonight. You are well and truly spoiled. We'll find out more about these shows in a few minutes.
But first, you'll probably recognise that phones are really becoming an extension of who we are. It's not often we really get a chance to put our phones down, whether it's those pesky Facebook or Twitter notifications or using it for its actual purpose as a phone. Even when you're on holiday, it doesn't get put down for more than 5 minutes thanks to free Wi-Fi in hotels and cafes.
So what did we decide to do? Give you even more reasons to be staring at a little screen just by showing you some of the more creative things you can do with it. Of course, after all, this is a creative campus. At the same time, we set our producers the challenge of creating a feature using only the camera on their phones and the editing on downloadable apps. This is how they got on.
This is Exposure TV's Creative App Countdown. If you've just had your device or had it for ages, I'm guaranteed you're missing out on some great apps. So let's dive in at number 5. Coming in at number 5 on our countdown is the iMovie app. If your phone or tablet is updated to the iOS 7, then the app is free, but without the update it's £2.99. It's a classic, simple layout that anyone can get to grips with. It's one of the most popular video editing apps according to the iTunes Store. iMovie is a simple offering from Apple, so it isn't difficult to understand. It lets you carry out some simple video editing and apply a range of different themes. I particularly like the fact it's so dependent on touch, allowing you to tap, drag and pinch your way around. Magisto is a slick video editing app which allows you to make basic tweaks to your videos, like trimming frames, camera stabilization, adding filters and changing transitions. You can also add music and edit sound effects too. With Magisto you can turn all of your stale mobile footage into a polished compilation video that's ready to be shared. With the help of Magisto's seemingly magical technology, the app analyses your videos, picks out interesting clips and automatically edits them together, complete with music and transitions. It requires no editing skills at all. Like all of the apps on this countdown, it's quick and easy to use. Coming in at number 3 on our countdown is Vine. You can sign up to Vine and it's easy and simple to use. The 6-second video sharing app came out in January last year and was the 4th most downloaded iPhone app from the past year. Now Vine has become extremely popular because of its short, snappy and funny videos. The video length is short enough to keep things interesting and the app has just enough editing control to give users flexibility to create a unique content. Instagram is a great photography app, and I love the numerous social networking features. It's also a great resource for creative inspiration. The lack of basic editing features is the only drawback that keeps this from being a 5-star app. In recent months, Instagram released a new update that allowed users to create small 15-second videos as well as photos. This app was now trying to compete with the ever-increasing Vine app. Instagram provides you with a number of different filters and edits. It's a simple app that anyone can use. Apple's 2011 iPad App of the Year is a favourite among app critics and users alike. Acquired by Google in 2012, SnapSpeed is a free iOS and Android app that offers a slew of professional-level photo editing features. To polish photos, the autocorrect feature enhances colours, exposure and contrast in a single tap. The Tune Image feature tweaks brightness, shadows, white balance, saturation and other effects, and the Selective Adjust feature also lets you highlight and focus specific objects or areas. Other features include frames, texture and tone adjustment, and sharing via email, Google+, and more. The app also comes with several filters and effects to give your photos a unique look and feel. So that was our Creative App Countdown. Here at Exposure, we don't even need these cameras anymore with so much power in our pocket. So why not head on over to our website where you can find out more information on Exposure TV.
It's amazing what these things can do nowadays compared to less than 10 years ago when the best part of phones was probably Snake.
Oh my god, I always used to steal my mum's phone when I was younger to play Snake. I was always gutted that my first phone didn't have Snake. I was devastated.
Well, for now, the studio is still using the cameras you've just seen, and it'll probably be a long time until they're replaced with iPhones.
Or iPads for Auto 2, there's an app for that as well.
We'll have to come back in 10 years' time and see what the studio looks like then.
And the atrium to an extension, of course.
But for now, we've moved over to this sofa as we welcome Connor Simmons from the band The Weekend Arrows. So tell us a little bit about your band. What kind of music do you play?
We're a 3-piece rock outfit, hailing from Essex. Yeah, we try and play music quite loud to cover my vocals.
I'm sure you don't need to worry about that. So who's in the band altogether?
It's myself, our guitarist Sam Turner, and our drummer and groupie relations manager Lewis Flanagan.
So how and when did you form?
We formed in 2009, as you do. Lewis bought a drum kit from a friend, and we just played in garages and pubs, and we're still doing that.
You've got a bit of few better gigs than that now, though.
Yeah. Sometimes the pubs are bars, and sometimes they have speakers and other things, and it's great. Yeah.
Well, I've been to a couple of your gigs, and I must say you are really good.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your favourite gig?
I don't know. Every time we play another one, it's my favourite gig. You know, we've been doing the last string we did. We feel like we've been getting progressively better, and we've been getting better and better crowds and stuff. So it's, you know, every next gig is my favourite gig. So yeah, the last one was really cool that we did with the Tequila guys here, and that was fun. We got some good feedback from that. Although I listened back to our recordings, and I'm surprised we got good feedback because awful.
I'm sure you don't need to worry about that. So do you have any more gigs lined up for the next in the future?
No,
you don't at the moment?
We're all sort of wrapped up in third year stuff, so we've been a bit lax on booking gigs. We're looking to record a song to finish uni off once this is all done, sort of joyous romp to leave on, just something that we can record ourselves. So that would be nice. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So what's the future for Weekend Arrows? Are you going to continue after uni?
Yeah, we don't really suffer from any delusions of grandeur. We don't think we're going to be going on to conquer the world. That'd be nice. But we've always just been about playing music with our mates, and it's how we've done it, and it's how we'll continue to do it. And that way we can just make sure it stays fun.
I've got to say, the last EP you recorded was really good. I've listened to that, it was really good. So how can we find more information about the band on social media?
Yeah, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Bandcamp. We're pretty much all over the place. If you find us, and we'll keep you updated with any gigs we get, and we'll continuously block up your timelines with the links to all our videos.
So what would your Twitter name be?
It's at Weekend Arrows or Facebook Weekend Arrows. It's
pretty simple then.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming in to talk to us.
Yes, thank you, Connor. Good luck.
Well, it's that time of the show that we've been looking forward to. We hear it through the grapevine. Get it? Laura is going to head over from the hub for this. I hear you've been scouring through Vine over the past few days, Laura.
Yes, I have. And seeing as we have Connor here, they've all got a bit of a musical edge to it.
Okay.
So the first couple we're going to see is secret cameras catch exposure producers on a drive to the studio.
It's gonna be me.
And the next one shows we capture Alex multitasking before the show. And now we see Jim Carrey sums up our views on rap music.
Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit again.
One Direction reveal alternative video.
Maybe it's the way she walked.
I don't even know what to say to these vines. I know what that was.
Yeah.
And the last one, Simon Cowell shows new reality TV show.
I love that vine so much. I've seen it on Facebook, but it makes my day.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Vines are quite weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always
very
a bit strange.
entertaining at the same time.
Yeah,
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Connor.
No worries.
Now, Blaine is over in the hub with some information about today's second show at 3 o'clock. Blaine?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Great show so far. Anyway. But we have Julia Shaw from Macmillan Cancer Research is going to come in for a chat. We explore some of the secretive sides of Cardiff Bay, and Matt chats with the beef seeds, plus we find out why I have been in Berlin for the last month, and thanks to a certain drink giving us wings. Join me, Larry and Rachel from 3.
Thanks for that, Blaine. So make sure you join Blaine, Nadine and Larry from 3. And remember, there is an additional show at 6 p.m. tonight after the 5 o'clock news update. So we've had a great show today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.